quality. Come here. Look what just showed up on my front porch. This is the new Red Komodo. So I thought I would share this moment with everybody and do a quick little unboxing and show you around the camera a little bit. Let's open this puppy up. You know, I feel pretty lucky to be one of the people to get an early version of this camera. It's really quite a privilege to be involved in the early development of this. Very thankful to Jared and the people at Red for you know, letting me in on the early group. By the way, I'm Curtis Boggs. I'm a DP. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I primarily work for one particular ad agency in the area, and then of course I do some of my own productions, documentaries, music videos, corporate things like that. Anyway, let's see what we got in here. We got paper. And we have a very cool Komodo box. It's a nice box. It's got like a lizard skin texture on the outside. It's pretty cool. It says Komodo on it. Now for the exciting part. Now this is pretty cool. It has basically how to run this camera. Stick a battery on it, stick a memory card in it, start it up, where the buttons are. The operation sequence is right on the inside of the box. And look at this. Of course, you have to have your red sticker. Okay, this is a miniature camera. Obviously a little speechless. This is you know, looking at the pictures online were cool, and I was excited about it. But holding this in my hand, this is very cool. It reminds me, my earlier years as a still photographer, I shot a lot of portraiture, a lot of corporate portraiture, and a lot of music portraiture, and kind of in that, you know, Rolling Stone, Annie Leibovitz, Mark Seliger style of portraiture. Shot everything on 6x6 Hasselblad. And quite frankly, this kind of, excuse me, this feels like those days, you know, looking down into a viewfinder of my little Hasselblad. Focus, shutter, focus, shutter. Look at how small this thing is. I mean, I would compare it to my red helium, but you know, my red helium is up here doing duty on this video, so I can't really do that right now. I'll do that later on, and I'll also I'll do some close-up shots of this. So let's do a quick walkthrough. We have microphone input, headphones, little card slot for your CFast media. Nice little door with a, you know, pretty direct latch on it. That's not going anywhere. As small as this is, it's definitely solid. And of course the paint job is very cool. For those of you that don't know about this, this is you this is a very, very special color. It's just cool. So let's see, we have DC in on the back, we have SDI on the back, we have our control port on the back, 2 battery slots, our screen on the top for our menus and so forth, operation buttons, we have menu, up and down, select, and I guess that might be playback maybe. What else do we have going on here? Let's see. The record button. Got to know where that is. Nice antenna for our Wi-Fi. And a nice solid on-off switch, which is kind of cool. I'm very used to, my helium system and powering that on and off and everything. So I could have done that the same way, but this is cool. It's very small. It's very light. So let me discuss briefly my plans for this camera. Now, of course, I've got my 8K helium, which I absolutely love that camera. I've had that camera, 4 years now. I use that on all my commercial productions, all my commercial jobs. My plans, and the reason I bought this this Komodo, is I want to run this on my gimbal. So I have a little Ronin MX, which I really like that gimbal because it's small, it's light, it's fairly nimble. The only issue with it, of course, is flying my red helium. I could do it and it would work, and I got some nice images, but it was kind of on the ragged edge for that gimbal. The weight-wise, that gimbal wasn't really designed to carry that much weight. On top of the fact, on a commercial production, I only have one camera body. So we're shooting something on a dolly, on a slider, sticks, or whatever, and then we have to switch to a gimbal shot, a Ronin shot. So, we've got 45 minutes of downtime for me to, take all the gack off the camera from, how we're using it on the slider or whatever, strip the camera all the way down to bare bones so I can get it on the Ronin, get it balanced, and run it. And it's look, we all know you can't afford an hour of downtime on any production. I mean, literally my producer or director, I could see steam coming out of their ears. It's just like, man, we can't do this. So this seems like the perfect solution for me. This is a perfect B cam. I already know color-wise, it's going to be a very good match to my helium. It's going to be a great match to my helium. So I can keep my gimbal built. This can be sitting on the side when we're ready to do a gimbal shot, motion shot, or whatever we have to do. I mean, pick it up, turn it on, do your shot, put it back down, go back to your other shots. I mean, it's going to make my commercial productions move so much quicker, and give me that versatility. Now there's so many times when I wish we could do gimbal shots on these productions, and the producer or the director just won't do it because he doesn't want the downtime. So I'm left. We get some nice work and all of that, and we work around it. But I know in my heart that I'm not getting, I'm not getting the best I can. I'm not the best DP for my director. So this is going to be a big problem solver for me in that regard. The other thing is a very good friend of mine flies, heavyweight drones, big drones and stuff. He flies, I camera op, and is something that we're currently kind of putting together, because I haven't done a lot of that, and it's a discussion that we just had to start working together more directly like that. So we're planning on flying the Komodo on the heavy drone, and of course I'll camera op and he will fly. That's going to be it's going to be another advancement. Currently he's flying little Sony cameras on that deal, and he gets nice stuff, but it's not the image quality that we know we get out of Red cameras. So all that being said, man, what a great little camera. I mean, my car shots. I just think of so many things I can do with this. This is, I do a fair amount of stuff with cars. I mean, I can sit this on a dashboard. I can rig this into a car in places that the other cameras are just difficult to deal with. And the fact that, we have live view on our iPad or our cell phone and can operate the camera from our iPad with a live view of what it's seeing. We don't need, another wireless and put other stuff on it. So this is going to be so incredibly useful in a production. Places where you're not going to use a big rigged out camera system. You need something that you can stick in a corner, or you can get in a difficult place, and you still need the image quality. Man, those days of trying to make GoPro footage, match your 8K helium footage, or make it not so obvious when you cut to, really crappy crash cams and things like that. Those days are gone. Those days are definitely gone. Exciting. I mean, I can't wait to fire this thing up. So I apologize. This is a pretty quick little video. I really didn't intend to go too in deep with this right now. I'm going to get it fired up. I'm going to learn a little bit about this camera, how it operates. And once I get it fired up, a couple of days, I'm going to spend a couple of days, I'm going to fire it up. I'm going to go shoot it in a bunch of different situations. I do a lot of fashion stuff. I'm going to shoot a little fashion swimwear deal at the ocean front with this. That's really going to push the limits. I'm a fashion shooter that kind of shoots in that old school fashion where I'm exposing for model skin, the background's all blown out, so I'm gonna have blown out highlights. I'm gonna push the limits of this thing in that particular shoot to see if it falls apart. Which I tell you, I shoot that stuff on helium, and it's absolutely phenomenal. That the red files are so deep and so rich. I can blow them out like that, but if I want to pull some stuff back, it's all in the file. And when I do blow things out, it looks good. I can make it look like the old days when I used to shoot film. So I'm expecting this camera to be every bit as that good. What amazes me is we have something this powerful for this kind of money, for this price. All right. Again, I'm Curtis Boggs. I appreciate you spending a couple minutes with me checking out the Red Komodo. Extremely excited about it. Give me a few days to get some shooting under my belt with this thing, to explore it, and I'll come back. I'll do a little more in-depth video with it powered on and walk through some of the operations. And I'll also try and get some footage. But like I said, gonna have to give me 3 or 4 days. I am a busy professional. There's a lot going on, so I can't just run out in my backyard. And I'm certainly not going to run out in my backyard and do dog videos or cat videos. Not my style. Anyway, thank you. Take care.